So let's start with our around the world. And make sure you're squatting when you're reaching your hands in front of you. Use those abdominals when you reach behind you. You are trying to make the biggest sphere or circle that you can. And switch directions. Starting to dig your feet into the floor. And our animal flow kick through. So coming down to a 4-point stance. 2 hands, 2 feet, monkey curl position. And you're gonna reach your right foot. You're gonna pivot on the right hand, reach right foot, and then left elbow in the opposite directions. Reset and switch sides. So pointing the foot and opposite elbow makes a super long line. A lot of shoulder stability here. On your backs for your glute walkout. Hips are going to be up. Oh, the floor's cold. And good. Little steps, just walking your feet away from the glutes. Going to where legs are almost fully extended. Hips still stay off the ground. And then come back up. Good morning, hamstrings. Runner's cone reach. Left foot is going to stay down. Right hand is going to reach to the floor out in front of you. So we'll stay left side down. When you hinge forward, make sure you are reaching through that right heel. Nice extended leg behind you. Try not to round the torso, but bend into that standing leg. If you need to touch the ground. And plank to push up. Elbows replace the hands, hands replace the elbows. Here we go. So maybe you alternate with a left leg coming down, a left leg coming up, and then a right leg coming down, and a right leg coming up. Making sure you're reaching out the crown of the head. Legs are nice and straight. Abdominals are pulling towards the spine. And sidewinders. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Where you're going to come and bring that seat towards the heel. Other leg is extended. I don't care if the toes go up or if you have the toes going forward. Do whatever feels best to you this morning. Maybe getting a nice little adductor stretch, hamstrings, working on the ankle mobility. And around the world, round 2. If you have a Swiss ball, feel free to use that. And we'll go about 2 circles in each direction, taking your time, reaching behind you, having your eyes follow the hands or follow the ball. Switch directions. Making sure your knees are going or tracking the toes. And animal flow side kick through, round 2. Coming down to that 4-point stance. And toes and then opposite elbow are reaching in opposite directions. Coming back to reset. An important thing here is make sure you're not hanging on the shoulder, on the hand that you are being supported by. Glute walkout. Come on down to the ground. Hips are high. Hips stay lifted. And walk those heels away from the body. Think about your shoulders pushing into the ground. Last 3, 2, and 1. Runner's bone reach. Right leg down this time, or whatever leg you did the last time. And then left hand reaches about a foot or two in front of that right foot. Take your time on these. Opposite limbs travel together, meaning left swing leg, right hand. And plank to push up, round 2. Starting in that high plank position, lowering down, right elbow replaces right hand, left elbow replaces left hand. And if you alternated last time, alternate this time. Trying not to let the hips rock or shift independently of the upper body. Then if we do shift, we shift as a unit. Sidewinders. This time, I'm going to try and keep your bent knee side foot with the heel down so it stays flat. You can still use your hands to travel across if needed. If you don't want to use hands, hands can stay up. Try and stay low, shifting through the hips. And quick water break if you need it. We're going to shift on to 45-second rounds. 5 exercises, 3 times through, done. Side stretching. So we have our speed skater. I would like you to try and do this bounding if you can. So pushing off of one foot, landing onto the other. If you can't, bothers the knees, just go to foot glide. Lunge thrust. Some of you have had this in your semis before. So similar to our lunge reach, lunging back, coming up to standing. If you don't want to lunge back very far, don't, just go here. If you want to add a little more, you give me the jump, and we'll stay on one side whole time, except for round 3. Monkey crawls, we all know those. Ribbon shuffle, this is, you're going to basically side lunge, or depending on how much space you have, maybe it's a little side squat, if you will. And you're gonna push across, bring the arms up and over to a little side lunge. Up and over, side lunge. You want more of a challenge, you get a weight in the hands. And our cross rotation. I want you to imagine a big T on your floor. Okay, your feet are gonna make a U. Shoulders are gonna stay square. We're gonna base or rotate the base where I'm crossing part of that T. Come back, rotate, come back, rotate. And then you'll get to going a little faster. That's our cross rotation. That's it. 3 times through. So we're gonna start with our speed skater. Thanks for being here, ladies and gentlemen. You rock. Here we go. Bounding speed skater. You decide how far you bound. I do want you to try and keep the inside foot lifted. Maybe it reaches behind you if you're actually doing like a speed skate. Let the arms come with you if you can. If not, maybe you can always hold them here in front of the sternum. You can keep them at the hips. But think about the arms, upper back, doing nice little, getting some nice little freedom in there. And lunge thrust. Let's start right leg down first. In 8 seconds, left hand will come to the floor if you can to touch. To begin with, left leg goes back. Here we go. So you'll bring left foot up, right hand up with you. Lunge back. If you want to add more fun, you pick up your pace. You want to add even more fun, you add the jump to that right side. Last 10. All right, your monkey crawl. Coming down to a 6-plank stance to begin with. 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 feet, making sure the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. And bring those knees a few inches off the ground. Opposite limbs, moving at the same time. If you don't have a lot of room, don't worry about it. Maybe you just go 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Try to not let the hips rock the boat. Ten seconds. Think about belly button lifting to help out the body. So this is not lifting shoulders. And our ribbon. So your little side lunge. Hands are going to reach down in front of that bent knee side. They're going to come across the body, up and over to the other side. If you don't have a lot of space, just do it on a smaller scale. Not going so far across your room. And again, more fun, maybe add a 5-pound dumbbell, 2 cans of soup. Maybe you have a small child in your hands, I don't know. Small dog. And 3, 2, 1. Cross rotation. All right, so you're trying to keep your shoulders square to the wall in front of you. Speaking of dog, see a little dog tail. And your base is doing the rotation. So you're making like a U with the lower body. Or U shape. Once you get comfortable with that, pick up your pace. I hope that was a dog tail that I saw there, not a white flag being raised. You can always do this with a weight in the hands as well. Find something around your house. 3. All right, speed skater. Oh yeah, that's just Zoe's tail. Here we go, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So give me a little push and stick. And be proud of yourselves, folks. You showed up. Five minutes of work is better than no minutes of work. There's Salt on Your Marks post the other day. Said something about exercise. Don't look at it as a punishment for what we eat, having to do exercise as a punishment for what we eat. It was a great post. I forget what it is because I can't think straight right now. Lunge thrust. Left leg down this time. Right hand touch the floor. Coming on up. So lifting through that right foot and left hand. When you're comfortable with the movement, pick up your pace. Think about the extension of that left leg. That left foot pushing down into the ground, and then maybe you add the jump. So just a reminder, if you are having knee pain, don't do it. Maybe you stand in place and do these. Monkey crawls. And again, check in with the body from head to tail. Once those knees lift, before you even move, extend out the crown of the head, drop the shoulders toward, or reach the shoulders towards the back pockets, lifting through the abdominals, and then opposites going forward and back. Small steps, I don't care how fast you go. Don't worry, Augie's not watching. And if he is, he can't hear you, and you can't hear him. And again, check in with the body, head to tail. Do I have a flat back? Hopefully. Ribbon shuffle. Please use your legs to stand up. Remember, one of my biggest pet peeves is pushing off of the knee. Here we go, folks. Side lunging, bring the arms across the body, up and over. Breathing is good. And if you can, making sure you're shifting that weight back. Okay, that I'm not rounding forward, that I'm getting in. Whoops, can't really talk or move so well. That I'm loading that bent knee side hamstring. Think about the outside leg pushing across to the other side. Cross rotation. We're already 20-some minutes in, folks. Good work. Last one this round. And 4, 3, 2, 1. So imagine your T and your feet are going to straddle that T. And when you get comfortable, picking up your pace. And if the jumping hurts, like I said, don't do it. You can always do standing knee taps. You can do a lovely little wall sit. You can hold the infamous plank. Jumping jacks. Any number of things. Last 5. All right. Shake it out, quick second. Speed skater, last round. And 5. Pushing off one foot, landing on the other, folks, bounding. And again, if you can, add your arms, add the arms. And lunge thrust. Let's go back to right leg down. I'll try and remember to switch you halfway through. Or you can stay on your dominant side that you kick a ball with. So I want you to think most of this is done through that front leg. Switch if you want to switch halfway. Using that swing hand, or I should say arm and foot to help you come on up. 5. Monkey crawl. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 things left. That's it, folks. Come on down in 3, 2, 1. And again, check in. Are my shoulders as far away from the ears as they can be? Can I balance a tray of margaritas on my back? If you've watched the Facebook little challenge with Allison, it's pretty funny. The monkey crawl and what you can balance on your back, folks. You should check it out. Minute and a half. Ribbon shuffle. And 3. Little side lunge, reaching, cross up and over. So find something different to focus on. Maybe it is the push from the outside leg, pushing you over. Maybe you're sitting back a little further. Extend out through the crown of the head, through that torso. So you're really reaching towards the ground or touching the ground if you are getting deep enough into that backside. Not because I'm rounding. 8 seconds. And cross rotation. Last one. Then we're going to stretch for about 20 minutes. Whoop, whoop. So find that imaginary T or cross and let your feet straddle it. And then pick up your pace when you get comfortable. Home stretch, everyone keeps moving. Or if you're in a wall sit, you stay parallel with the ground. We've got this, folks. 15. Try to keep your shoulders square to the wall in front of you. And shake it out. Whew. In the meantime, Find a mat. Or something that you could at least maybe put underneath the knees. Grab some water. Okay. All right, folks. So, let's start with a prying squat. And you can use a wall behind you for support if you like. If you have a yoga block, you can sit that underneath your tailbone, sits bones. If you have a kettlebell, you can hold that just for some extra weight. Or if in yoga, it's considered an Alasana squat. So come on down to your comfort level. And push the elbows, if you can, into the thighs. And for a little, if you're comfortable being here, put one forearm into so let's put left forearm into the left thigh, and then right forearm, this is going to be in right thigh, but I'm going to push through my left side, open up to my right. I am pushing through both forearms, both knees are going out. Come back and really focus on the right side push, bringing that right shoulder forward. Come back to center. See if you can get those hips a little lower. If you need to put the hands down in front or behind, I'm fine with that. This is completely acceptable. And just shift from one side to the other, opening up those inner thighs. Doing this with the wall behind you is phenomenal. If you're still here, come on up to standing. Shake it out, squeeze those cheeks together. Maybe even allow your hips to slightly thrust forward. And let's come on down again. Like I said, if you have a wall, great. If not, fine too. Much easier supported on the wall. Because then you can use that for your back support. If you don't have a wall, don't worry about it. Check out my feet here. I want you to actually lift up one side. So we're going through one heel and then the other. So as we're trying to pry open the inner thighs, I'm also shifting gently through my feet and ankles. And let's take a seat. Hopefully those hip flexors are not stuck. Tigers, 1980s pose, okay? So this is the one where we do that large, exaggerated lunge forward. Opposite hand comes down. You're gonna pivot, both toes will go in the same direction and bring that straight leg hip towards the ground. If you want it to touch the ground, let it touch the ground. I don't care, we're stretching here. But for a little bit more of a stretch along that side body, you're reaching the straight leg hip towards the ground, but not actually touching it. I use my opposite hand to press into that thigh to open up a little bit. And then you will switch sides. Opposite hand goes down, step the foot back, replace it. Should feel lovely on that side body. The hip, maybe even into your IT band, definitely through those ribs. We'll do 2 more each side. You want to add a little extra, you can bring that arm up towards the ceiling. into a half kneeling. So let's have left leg down, or excuse me, left foot forward, right knee down. And using your breath as a guide. So I want you to inhale when we are upright or when you back out. Exhale as you shift forward. Okay. And I'm wanting a stretch or opening in that front right thigh, right below the ASIS. Inhale as you back out. Exhale as you shift forward. You can place the hands on the left thigh for extra support. But I do want you to think about your inner thighs literally going in opposite directions. And on this last one here, I do want you to back out just a smidge. Squeeze that right cheek. And then come forward. I want you to actually put your hands on your ribs and lift through with your hands as though you're going to lengthen your torso up towards the ceiling. I want you to feel this stretch even into your abdominals, hopefully deep into your psoas. Let's add a little more and bring the hands on up towards the ceiling. Still squeezing that right cheek. Then we're going to do a small back bend. So start to bring your eyes up towards the ceiling, maybe towards the hands. Then maybe you start to look slightly behind you. Then gently bring chin to chest. Bring the hands down. Give it a moment. And then we will switch sides. So starting in that half kneeling. I don't care if you have left foot shoelaces down or toes in the mat. It's up to you. But inhale as you begin or lengthen or extend, and then exhale as you shift forward. Inhale, maybe you back out a little, maybe you back out a lot. Exhale. Allow that pelvis and torso to come forward. And see what you're already holding on to, then see what you can let go of. Am I gripping with my hands? Am I clenching my jaw here? Am I furrowing the brows? See what you can already let go of. See how quickly we can slow the breath. Slow that heart rate. And last one here on this side, coming forward, and again, swoop. Back out just a little bit, and then squeeze that left glute. And again, coax your ribs with the hands. Lift underneath your ribs up towards the ceiling. Then extend out the crown of the head. Reach the hands up. Get into that left gut. Maybe your eyes even start to travel up the wall, up the ceiling, up to the hands. And small back bend through the upper back. And come on now. Gently, easily. Let's take a quick child's pose. Maybe not quick. Bring the knees wide, shoelaces down. Bring your seat to your feet and come on down. Letting your forehead make contact with your mat. Maybe you realize it's time to vacuum while you're down here. I don't know. Walking your hands over to the right side of your mat. Put the left hand on top of the right and push down. Hopefully you're getting a stretch in that left armpit, left side body. And I want you to reach your right hip, or your left hip, excuse me, to the wall behind you. So pushing in left hand, reaching side body and hip behind you. Walk your hands back to your midline. Walk hands over to the left side of your mat. Right hand goes on top of the left. Push right hand in to the back of the left. Hopefully getting a lengthening and a stretch in that right armpit through the right lat, right ribs, and then right hip reaches to the wall behind you. If you have a trusted individual at home, it would be great to have assistance. Walk your hands back to your midline, having them walk down your back with their hands, of course, on either side of the spine, maybe pushing the hips a little further to the ground. And come on up to a seated position. Man, the stretching time goes fast. Maybe we should have only done 2 rounds of our shocking. All right, let's have your left leg go out at like a 45, and the right sole of the foot is going to come in to that left inner thigh. And what's kind of nice here too is you can always leave that extended leg slightly bent. You can put a bolster, a pillow underneath here to make it more comfortable. It's completely up to you. But I do want you to think about sitting up nice and tall. First of all, then we're going to gently rotate my torso to the right. I am not mirroring you, by the way. Left forearm is going to come down either to the left thigh or to the ground, gently, easily. Maybe it just goes in the direction of. So try and bring that right shoulder back so that your shoulders actually are following the line of that left leg. You want a little more. Bring that right arm up towards the ceiling and start to arc it up slowly, up and over the head. And I'm more reaching through my right hand than I am actually through letting my torso come down to the ground. So I'm not just collapsing here. I'm trying to slightly stay lifted through that left side body and then arcing up and over. So some of you may be feeling this in left hamstring, left abductors. Some of you may be feeling this through your right low back, your QLs. Some of you may even have your right hand touching your left toes. That would be Allison or Hilton Maloney, probably. And then right hand comes back down by that right side. Gently shift, extend that right leg long. So like a 45. Left sole of the foot comes to that right inner thigh. Folks, I'm proud of you for being here. It's nice knowing that somebody's there on the other end. Can't wait to have you in class. So rotate. First of all, nice and tall through the spine. Then rotate the torso to the left. So that left shoulder, right leg are all in that one line. Right forearm or elbow comes towards the thigh or the ground. And left arm will start to reach up towards the ceiling. I'm already feeling a stretch here without even arcing up and over. So take your time. Don't miss anything. When you're ready, let that left arm bend, arc up and over the head. And I am applying pressure to my right thigh with my right elbow, or if your elbow's on the floor, to help me to rotate. So trying to bring right shoulder underneath you, left shoulder back. And bring that left hand down by your side and make your way up to standing. Remember to use your legs. How much time do we have? All right, just about 5 minutes. So we're going to inhale, going through a few yoga movements, stretches. Inhale, sweeping the arms wide. Then exhale, just let them fall right back down by your side. And again, inhale, sweep the arms wide. Exhale, let the arms fall. Next one, we're going to go into our swan dive. Inhale, sweeping the arms wide. And then exhale, letting the arms float down as you forward fold. Swan diving forward. Bring the hands to the ground if you can. And nod the head, yes. And notice, can you feel that all the way down your spine? Can you let the head go? Shake the head, no. Nod the head, yes. Place the hands down underneath the shoulder and step back into a high plank. Shift your hips back and up into a downward facing dog. And walk your dog here, meaning bend into one knee as much as you need to allow the other heel to reach towards the floor. Push your entire palm into your mat. Bring your chest towards your toes. Get a nice stretch through those armpits. Maybe you raise the heels high, coming on to the balls of the feet or the toes, and then you lower back down, still letting the head go. And lift your right foot off the ground, nice square hips. And then bend into that right knee, stack the hips, aka our little scorpion. Then maybe you do a few ankle circles, each direction. Still pushing in evenly with both hands. Square off the hips, bring that right foot down to meet the left. And lift your left foot off the ground. Bend into that left knee, stack the hips. Small ankle circles each direction. Squaring off the hips and lower left foot down. Inhale, come forward through high plank. And lowering down. Let's come all the way to the ground. Release the shoelaces. Keeping your hands underneath the shoulders. And press up for a small little cobra. Hug those elbows towards the ribs. Extend out the front of the head. Drop the shoulders. Pubic bone, top of the feet are pushing into the mat. Lower down. And let the arms go down by your side, bringing your left cheek to your mat. Your face cheek, folks. And just let your hips shift left and right. So kind of rocking the hips. Let that low back ease. Bend into both knees and give me easy windshield wipers with the feet, with the lower legs. This should feel lovely. And let the legs go long, feet to the floor. Place the hands underneath the shoulders, forehead to the mat, elbows high, curl the toes under. Inhale. You're going to let that belly button in, press your torso up, fly it back, downward facing dog. And walk the feet forward in between the hands. Bring your hands to your shins or your thighs, wherever you can find a nice flat back. And then exhale, fold. Left hand is going to come to the outside of that right ankle. You're going to straighten right leg. Left knee bends, and right hand is going to open up. If you need more space between your feet, find it. And reach the back of that right hand to the wall behind you. Using your left hand to apply some resistance to help pull right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. And unwind, bringing that right hand down. Right hand comes to the outside of left ankle, left foot. Straighten left leg, bend into right. Oh, this side is not as fun. And left arm opens up towards the ceiling. And left hand comes down. And inhale for a half lift. One more time. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, coming all the way up. And exhale, palms to the sternum. Let's do one more. Inhale, sweep the arms wide. And exhale, swan diving forward. Let the arms part, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Find a super long spine. Exhale, fold. Place the hands down, step back to a high plank. Inhale as you come forward on the tippy toes. Exhale as you lower down through chaturanga or halfway. Coming up through up dog. If you can, get your shoulders away from the ears. Reach your sternum forward. Pull the abdominals in. Lift the thighs off the ground. Push your shoelaces into the ground. Drop the shoulders. Lift the sternum. Smile. And downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your arms down by your side. This time, right cheek, face cheek to the mat. Bend into your knees and nice, easy windshield wipers. And extend the legs long, roll onto your back. And bring the soles of your feet. Well, first of all, let's extend both legs long up towards the ceiling. And then I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. So the soles of the feet are going to be together. You're going to bend the knees are going to go out to the side walls. I want your hands to grab onto roughly the ankles if you can. If not, you grab below the knees or the shins. Sorry, timer's going off. Almost time to pick up my children. Sorry about that. And so anyways, hands are right at the ankles or the shins, and I just want a nice little rock side to side. Okay, bring your elbows, if you can, push them into your thighs while your hands pull the feet towards you. Guess what? If this hurts the knee, what are you going to do? Stop. You can always just do a happy baby. Keeping the soles of the feet together, let your feet come to the floor. They don't have to be right high towards the body. But soles of feet together, kind of like a little toddler's pose. And let the knees, I want you to push or gently rock those knees towards the ground. So alternate applying pressure to the thighs, rocking knees gently to the ground. Close your eyes. What can you soften? What can you let go of? So hanging out here, folks, is good. You can even put your feet up on a block or a pillow. What is also nice, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the ground, bring the knees together so they're bent, legs are bent. It's coming into what we call corrective rest position or CRP. If you were to imagine my legs being supported by an ottoman or a coffee table and just hanging out here for even 5 to 10 minutes a day, allowing that low back, your psoas, that very emotional, huge muscle, but allowing the legs to be supported here would be amazing, especially if you're doing lots of computer work or if you're seated a lot. But otherwise, folks, that's what I have for you today. So thanks for playing. Way to show up on Saturday. And nice job, everyone. Until next time.